We toast it up, we eat it. Sometimes we get some roasted garlic with it. I came in one Saturday and they were out of olive bread, so I got to come right at 9:30 when they open.
Absolutely gorgeous bread. I mean, you take a look at it, feel it. It's, you know, I've got a food blog, so I'm a very serious cook, or avid cook at least.
The cheese bread, it's so good.
If I had my bread sitting on a shelf somewhere in another store, I don't think the person buying the bread is going to have any concept of what that bread is. It's just going to be taken out of context. When people come, seeing the oven here and the environment really gives one a good sense of community. And you know, this is where the bread's made. A few feet away are the shelves. You know, it all happens right here, and this is where it's at. We just wanted to have a bakery that we enjoyed coming to work at, someplace that you felt a real bakery connection and not a production facility. Fervere is an ancient Latin word that we found in the dictionary, and interestingly enough, it is a root word for fermentation and passion. And the root word is basically to seethe, as like into boil. And this boiling sensation, the Latins tied to it sort of an emotion, and that was the passion, the fervor. I once visited a Zen monastery and was truly amazed at the bread that was made at the monastery. So I came home and tried to replicate those breads. My wife and I would, on Saturdays, typically bake bread and mill our own flours and that sort of thing. And then there was a time in my life where I needed to make a change, and I was thinking about either going back to school in different areas. But then a friend of mine who was a chef handed me this brochure from the American Institute of Baking. Took their, I think at the time it was close to about a 6-month program. Finished that and then started baking professionally right out within 2 days. And that company changed, became big. We would end up doing like 50,000 pounds of dough a day. And that experience was big. So I cut back and wanted to make something smaller and go the small route. So I did that actually a couple of times and ended up forcing myself to stay small with this oven.
The way it works is that you heat the oven itself, and the mass of the oven retains the heat for all of the baking that you're going to do all night. It takes several days to build up that amount of heat.
We can't do a big production at all. It's not a good production oven because we run out of heat. So the oven's the limiting piece of equipment, but yet it is also what makes us focus on the quality of the bread, and we shape by hand. Just trying to get it situated so that it shapes as uniformly as possible with the texture of the crumb. That's really important to us, the texture of the crumb, the inside of the loaf. You can just feel it in your hands. It's just something that working with your hands is one of the most beautiful moments of baking in the night is this step right here. You know, I don't know what's going to cause me to do this or that, but something does stir within my mind. For example, when I formulated the cheese bread, I was thinking, oh, I love cheese, I need to get cheese out there into the world. And I knew that people love cheese, so that was why I did the cheese bread. Well, I felt guilty after making the cheese bread because cheese is so fattening. So then I came out with the box bread. It's our healthiest bread. It has these 10 grains and seeds and a lot of rye. It's extremely healthy bread. I'm always a little put off when people want to come and learn here because I've been baking for 24 years now, and I'm still learning, and to think that I could teach anybody within a short time is, it just seems disturbing to me. It's a lifetime in my mind. You know, I just really want this bakery to be like it is forever. You know, I hope after I'm gone it finds a nice home somehow and has a similar caretaker I think that's probably my biggest goal, is just to try to have it continue on in a meaningful way. I just think it's important that people have this kind of connection to bread.